I will be introducing the guest speaker of this program. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, faculty, students, and parents. It is my esteemed honor to introduce to you a man who lives and works at reshaping education, faith, leadership, and development across Africa and beyond. Our guest speaker today is Bishop Professor Rudolph PhD, a global vision, seasoned educator, theologian, entrepreneur, and transformational leader. He hails from Biogradatam, Nima County, in the northeastern region of Liberia, West Africa. He began his educational journey at Biograda Public School from 1992 to 1999. And later earned his master's certificate and high school diploma from Kalita High School in 2007. From those humble beginnings, Professor Kwanu has risen to become an internationally respected academic and spiritual leader. He holds multiple advanced degrees, including AA degree from the Lacoste Mobile Teacher Training College, now Lacoste College of Education, in 2012. Bachelor of Christian Education, Word of Truth, Bible Academy USA, 2014 to 2015. Bachelor in Education Administration, International University of Management and Administration, in Benin, 2018. Master of Mission and Intercultural Studies, Believers Bible College, Ghana, 2016 to 2017. Master of Education Management, RUMA, Benin, 2021. PhD in Christian Leadership, Holy Spirit Bible Institute, Malaysia, Thailand, 2018 to 2019. Doctor in Bible Studies, TBS, from the Believer Bible College, Ghana, December 14, 2024. PhD in Education, Administration, and Management, Kenyan Rabbi University, Zambia. Professor Kwanu is the founder and counselor of Grace International Bible University, USA, and founder and president of Rudolph University College, R.K.U, Liberia, which have impacted learners over 163 nations. He is widely known as the father of critical teamwork and the founder and CEO of the Christian Believer Movement, CBM, a revolutionary spiritual reformer movement that distanced itself from that religion, tradition, and focus on truth, divine purpose, and a personal relationship with Yahweh. He is also the founder and CEO of the Rudolph Group of Companies. Incorporated, a multi-sector business initiative contributing to Liberian economic and social growth. A political author, Professor Kwanu has written more than 20 books and over 500 articles, including titles such as The 36 Principles of Christian Leadership, The Power of Education and Life Coaching, The Mindset of Liberians, Christ Believer Book. He serves as the presiding bishop of the Independent Council of Liberian Churches. He is the World Independent Council of Churches, offering leadership and mentorship to thousands of faith leaders globally. On the personal side, Professor Kwanu is a dedicated family man. He has been happily married to and Kwanu since January 2002. Together, they are blessed with 5 sons: Rudolph Jr., Abel, Tumete, Daniel, and Happy Sagiron Rudolph. They also have 3 daughters: Maru, Susan, and Mary. Their family continues to grow with 1 grandson already born, Philip Maho Mahia Rudolph, and 2 more grandchildren expected by the end of this year. Beyond his biological family, Professor Kwanu is also a loving and father over 69 independent women. He supports both in Liberia and abroad. He is a passionate advocate and a transformative power of education, a reformer of religious thought, and a servant leader devoted to empowering this generation to think critically, live purposefully, and walk in divine truth. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we welcome a true leader of leaders, Bishop Professor Rudolph Kwanu, Senior PhD, educator, reformer, family man, initiative, philanthropy, and our distinguished guest speaker.
Thank you so much. May I have seat, please? A beautiful reading there. Stephen Jr. will say thank you so much. One preaching. Good afternoon to the wonderful honorable proprietors and the school administrators, hardworking teachers, teaching staffs, respected community leaders and platform guests, member of the press. And most importantly, our proud graduating class. I bring you greetings from my dear wife, Kamarita and Kwanu, and the entire family of Rudolph Kwanu University College. When I received these communications to speak on these very graduations, I already had about 5 different invitations for the same purpose. I asked myself, how can I divide myself into 5 groups? I consider my university schedule, family time, church activities, and other engagement. But I cancel most events because our children feature here is more important to me. Donfa is a school close to my heart. In 2008, I encouraged Pastor Stephen to plant a church right here in Johnsonville. That small church started training students after school. That spring or today, what we call Donfa, through the initiative of the proprietor and the supporting arm of senior brother Sekou. By then, my wife Marita sewed the first uniform for the students. Today, I see growth, institution filled with hope. I'm especially proud that my young sister Gifty Kwanu is graduating here this year as well. Her journey reminds me how far we have come and the power of education. Today, I will be addressing you on the topic I call From Struggle to Success, Education Then and Now. This theme is not a topic, it is my testimony. Educations between 1960 and 1999. In the Republic of Liberia, there were no decent government school compared to what we have today. There was no much important free education for we that were born in the 80s and entered the war in 1990. There were no chairs for our classroom. Student sits on the floor or under the trees. There were no proper teacher's salary. There were no shoes for us. We were not having uniform to go to school during the wartime. No textbook. Those that lived during the war, they are testimony to what I'm saying. But what we had during those days, we had what we call discipline. We focus and we had a strong values. Despite those high conditions, many of us passed through the fire and became today leader of the nations. And I want to also bring onto your attention education light between 2000 and 2025. Students have smartphone today, tablets, they have good uniform, they have good school, both bare and buildings. They have trained teachers. They have lunch, and they have library. The government is doing its part, and the student and parent must also do theirs. Let me be honest, many of today's students have everything, but they take education for granted. My life story, the journey was not just easy. I was born way in the 80s, 1985, in the middle of Liberian crisis in Nima. In 1990, when the war reached my time, I was only 5 years old. We fled to Ivory Coast for savings. Many times we had no food, we had no shoes, we had no peace of mind. My father had 14 children back then, and there was no way for us to have a correct school materials. Normally we had something about 1 copybook, and we divide piece of copybook among 3-4 brothers. When I began school in 1992, during the war, I built Benedict Public School that was funded by my father. We sat under the ground, sometimes on the floor. And normally our teacher will ask us that we should provide our own chairs. We remove chairs, bamboo chairs, from our various homes and take it to the campus for us to have a comfortable sitting area. There was no uniform. But later in 1997, when I was promoted to full free, my first time having a pair of uniform as well as a pair of shoes, it was on the stream that I could not manage because I had not gotten used to it before. That same year, our principal, the late Mr. Ebo Bagu, he treated me, he humiliated me, he insulted me on devotion by using a remark that my father born like a rag and he cannot support us. Never knowing that he has played with a feature of generational leaders. So the case was settled and he apologized. Teachers, please hear this. Never you insult a student because of their condition presently. Never you insult a child for being poor. Your word today can either build the future and it also destroy their destiny. So we move to Monrovia to establish life through education journey. through what we call in a little Liberian English hustle. I saw cold water in red light. I saw traveling bear, display bear, and I also saw bread of many different kinds, and I also served as a car loader. I push wheelbarrow in red light. And I also part of the FDA men that jumped from Coca from here to Toli districts patrol a close 5,000 belt just for my family to have food to survive. But I never gave up with all of these struggles. I continue to move because I believe that Yahweh and myself, and I believe in a hard work. So we begin to pursue the visions, moving strong with our focus to move our educations, thinking that I will establish a university in the future. Because once when I was in 6th grade, my teacher asked me a question, Rudolph, what you will do if you are educated tomorrow? And I said, I will become a medical doctor and I will establish my university. Never knowing that I'm pronouncing a future plan, and I grew up with this. In 2007, I decided to establish a private elementary school in Winston community to host the display people from Lofa County and the part of Liberia, and I assisted them during the civil crisis on free tuition basis. The school grew up, and later we changed it to Bishop Rudolph High School between 2015 to 2017. 2017, I decided to move to establish the name Grace International Bible University, and I launched that school online. It became a successful institution, reaching to global village, where everyone from across the world had a part in my life, and I blessed a lot of people across the entire continent of the world. And finally today, in 2020, I decided to switch to the National Commission on Higher Education to see for accreditation, where Rudolph University College was recognized later in 2022. There were no monies, there were no connections, but by faith and purpose, our visions were accomplished. Today, R.K.U is training students across Liberia and internationally with a lot of connections. Let me say this boldly. If I make it in this journey, I think you too can make it tomorrow too. Why education matters deeply? Dear family here today, let me let you to know from the beginning, when your parents are pushing you to go to school, you might feel like they are embarrassing you. You may feel like they are giving you hard time, but no, it is not a hard time. They are preparing your future. When you do not have good education, your future wife, your future husband, your future children, even your best friend may not respect you. Your decision will never be respected, it will never be honored in any society. Your decision will seem like a form to more people. It was not an easy time during our days, but education is very sweet. If you are educated, you can challenge anything and anyone independently. Today, I'm called professors, I'm called bishops, I'm called the founder of a university, and others also call me the father of critical thinker. And now I'm currently establishing a new movement called Christ Believer Movement, CBM. I'm also writing 27 different books that will suit the movement known as CBB, Christ Believer Bible or Christ Believer Book. Why? It is because I have studied the Bible and Christianity for over 32 years. And I now believe that something is wrong somewhere and I need to correct it. That's what education can do. It opens your eyes, it opens your mind, it opens your understanding. You will begin to see things differently from other people. If you are educated, you will see differently from your family. If you are truly educated, you will see differently from your friends and peers. Education makes you feel different, think different, and look powerfully. Today, I'm fighting religious freedoms to help free African people from religious slavery, not for myself, but for the next generations. This is why education matters. This is what learning is good for. My word to our students and our parents today, to the student first. If you have no lunch for recess, or you don't have recess, you may work on your food today, but do not be ashamed. Your education is a key. Your tomorrow will be different. To the teachers, teach with passion and love. Correct with passions and compassions. You are building the future of our country. To our beloved parents, thank you very much. Even when the bear is empty, when your pie is empty, you manage to send them always. You are preparing our future heroes. Thank you for that, parents. As a founder of R.K.U, and I stand with Donfa family always. My family and I continue to support the school that focuses on real education and value. In agreement with my wife, Marita and Kwano, we are pleased to announce that the 5 dudes from K2 and the one that read my biography, we will take her tuition for the next academic year. Dear children, be respectful, be calm, be focused, be humble and hopeful. I started school with no shoes, with no recess, with no book bag. Plastic bag was my book bag. And today, we are bearing titles and names. If Yahweh can help me and help other people in society, I believe He can also help you. I want you to celebrate me. Take your pictures. You gotta clap your hand well, sing a joyful song, celebrate your journey. You have made it already. We are proud of you. Thank you so much. May God bless you, students. May God bless Donfat. May God bless our graduates, and may God bless our parents. Congratulations.